And good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about one-step inequalities. Now, these are much like one-step equations, except now we're talking about inequalities. So instead of talking about one solution, we're talking about a set of solutions. So let's go through just to make sure everybody's clear on our symbols. So, once I have the marker, let's try this again. All right. All right, so first symbol we have. Let's go ahead and talk about this one here. All right? This symbol is what we call less than. Okay? And when we talk about less than, the easiest way to remember it is it looks like an L. Like if you hold your hand up, your left hand, and you look at it, it looks like a less than symbol and also an L. That's the easiest way to remember it. So if that's less than, then the one down here must be greater than. Alright. Now, what about this one down here, the one in purple? Alright. It kind of looks like less than, except there's something else with it. Alright, this is what we call less than or equal to, which would make our last one greater than or equal to. Okay? So, now that we have our four symbols, let's go ahead and put them into practice. So, number one, we have x minus 8 is less than 3. So just like one-step equations, set up our t-chart, and we solve them the exact same way. So instead of x minus 8, to get rid of that minus 8, we're just going to add 8 to both sides. Doing so, we end up with 3 plus 8 gives us 11. So we have x is less than 11. So here's what we do. Normally, we take a number line, like the one below, and I'm not going to ask you to draw out all the hash marks and label all the numbers. What I want you to do, though, is make sure you find your mark, label it with the number that we care about, put a circle around it. Okay? That means this is the one we really care about. Think of it as a target, a bullseye. Now, there's two different ways we can look at this. All right? The circle can either be open or it can be closed. It's open if we include the point. Or sorry, I'm tired today. It's open if we do not include. And it's closed if we do include. Now, when I say include, here's what I really mean. I mean, if we plug in our point, so in this case, if we plug in 11, does it make a true statement? So let's rewrite it. I love how I click on red, and it still writes in green. Let's try it again. Okay, red. There we go. Is 11 less than 11? Is it? Well, the answer is no. 11 is not less than 11. 11 is equal to 11. So since that is a false statement, we do not include that number. So here's what we do. We plug in another number. So an easy number to plug in might be 0. So if I say, is 0 less than 11? So again, let's write it out. So is 0 less than 11? This is a true statement. So here's what we want to do. We want to include all the numbers that make it a true statement. So since 0 is to the left of 11, we're going to say any number to the left of 11, yay, autocorrect, makes a true statement. So we draw the arrow to the left and that would be or represent our answer. All right, let's try another one just to make sure everybody's on the same page. So, same kind of thing. Start with your t-chart. This one we're going to subtract 7 from both sides. Now this one says x is greater than or equal to. This one just happens to come out to be 11 again. So again, make our mark, write down a number, circle it. Now, let's plug in our number. Is 11 greater than or equal to 11? Is that a true statement? Well, the answer on this one is yes. 11 is not greater than, but it is equal to 11. So in that case, we want to fill in our circle, because that point does make a true statement. Now let's plug in another point. So some people might, again, 0. Is 0 greater than or equal to 11? This is a false statement. Because it is false, we do not want to go towards the false answer. Yay, interruptions. Alright, so anyway, we do not want to go towards the false statement, and again, 0 is to the left, so we're going to go towards the right. Because anything to the left is going to be false, so everything to the right is going to be a true statement. Let's try another one. And we're back. Alright, so let's try this again. So, on this one, again, same thing. Set up your t-chart. We have 4x is greater than negative 12. So right now we have multiplication between the 4 and the x. So in order to undo multiplication, we need to divide. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. Okay. So as we do so, we end up with x is greater than negative 3. So we go down to our number line, make our mark, write down our number, circle it. Now we have to ask ourselves, is it open or closed? If we plug in negative 3, is it a true statement? Is negative 3 greater than negative 3? Well, the answer on this one is no. That is a false statement. So we do not shade in our circle. So now we need to plug in another number. Is 0 greater than negative 3? This is a true statement. Some people say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. 0 greater than 3? No. It's 0 is 0 greater than negative 3? Is having no money better than owing somebody $3? And the obvious answer is yes. So we want to head towards 0. So on the number line, would 0 be to the left or to the right? If you said right, you are correct. So we want to head towards the right because that is where 0 is, and anything to the right of negative 3 will make a true statement. Alright. I'm going to skip that one actually. Same thing, except on this one, it's just division, so the opposite of division is multiplication. Alright. Here's the trick. If we're going to set this up, we're going to do it the exact same way. Okay, so right now we have negative 7x is less than 42. So right now we have multiplication, so what we want to do is divide. So we're going to divide by negative 7 on both sides. So we're going to get x and we're going to get negative 6. Here's the thing. Here's the rule, so you want to copy this down. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip your sign. Alright, and here's what that means. We started with a less than sign. Alright, so because we divided by a -7, we need to flip our sign. So we're going to take the less than sign, we're literally going to take it off the page, flip it, and stick it back down, and it's going to turn into a greater than sign. Alright? And this happens anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number. So now we need to graph it. So we make our point on our number line. We write down the number that we care about. We circle it. Do we shade it in? Is -6 greater than -6? Is that a true statement? Well, the answer is no. -6 is not greater than -6. So, we do not shade it in. Let's plug in another number. Is 0 greater than -6? Is having no money better than owing somebody $6? The obvious answer is yes. So again, we want to go towards 0, and 0 is again to, yay, autocorrect. 0 is again to the right of -6. So that means any number to the right of -6 will make it a true statement. Hopefully you guys got some good notes this time. If you have any questions, ask a friend, check your notes, which you just took, and if you still don't get it, please feel free to come talk to me anytime. Have a great day.